5 full Boeing 747 planes worth of new migrants are arriving into Australia every day, according to figures released yesterday. Tania, we discussed this last week, but now we've got these new figures that reveal that migration is up 60%. That's a phenomenal figure. Is it time to have a serious debate on policy in this country?
Well, it's time to actually pull the handbrake on migrant intake. That's what it's time for.
But no one wants to have that debate,
well, I think there are people that want to have the debate. Well, interestingly, you're right. Both sides of the fence, both the Labor and Liberal Party, I think are really cautious on how to handle this. You're right. I know One Nation, we're not. We've called for a plebiscite. We think people should have a vote on this issue, and I think people are really concerned about the numbers of immigration that are coming into Australia. We can't sustain these levels. We can't sustain it. We don't have the housing. We've got an energy crisis in Australia. We've got a cost of living crisis as well. We can't sustain something in the order of 765,000 people coming in a 12-month period before September. Those are just figures. And can I just say, it's not just the right, people like One Nation raising issues. Bob Carr, the former Labor Premier, has said to Albanese, you've got to stop. And the reason they've got to stop is because they're relying on a flawed economic model here. They want to hold up the economy in Australia by bringing in migrants. That's the only policy at the moment on the table that's holding up our economy. But it's not an answer. No, it's not a medium or long-term answer.
Well, you take away immigration and we're in a recession. This is the problem here. Craig, is it time to have a serious debate on the matter?
Yeah, I think serious and calm.
Yes, of course.
And they're two...
Of course, I mean, no one's anti-immigration, but we've got to have a discussion about the numbers, right?
Exactly, I agree with you. And that's why I'm pleased to hear about Bob's comments. It's important when people are on the same side of politics that they talk about these things in an authentic way and say, I disagree, and I think we should have a conversation about it. Because what happens too much is everyone just retreats into their political corners, and Australians, I would say, like me, who are in the middle, just look at all of the arguing and go, we never get to the nub. As what I was saying before about whether it's migration or refugees, one side attacks the other then can't be honest about if we actually have an issue.
Australians aren't being given opportunity, Craig, to actually have their say on this issue. There was no mandate for a big Australia, okay? This issue about bringing in migrants at this level was never raised before the last election. There's no mandate.
Yeah, so I think we have a responsibility as well.
In fact, he said he was going to slow down migration last year, and he hasn't.